Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, Paintball PDA shocks fans. The sun blazed over Combat Paintball Park in Castaic, California, casting long shadows across the dusty field. Ben Affleck, his face still carrying the weight of a recent divorce, adjusted his paintball goggles. The Gone Girl star's trademark brooding etched deeper than ever. Beside him, Jennifer Garner, his ex-wife, crouched with a paintball gun, her focus locked on a target. Their son, Samuel, darted ahead, oblivious to the tension simmering between his parents. It was supposed to be a simple Sunday outing, a truce for the kids' sake, but the air crackled with something unspoken. Ben watched Shun, her jaw set as she aimed. She'd always been the steady one, the anchor when his world spun out of control. The divorce had gutted him publicly, messily, and though he'd signed the papers, his heart hadn't followed. He stepped closer, drawn by a pull he couldn't name. His hand found her waist, tentative at first, then firm, fingers curling around her like she was still his. Jun froze, paintball gun dipping slightly, but she didn't pull away. The world narrowed to that touch, his calloused palm against her warmth, her breath catching as he tugged her toward him. She turned her head, just enough to meet his eyes. There was no anger there, no ice, just a flicker of something soft, something dangerous. She leaned into him, her shoulder brushing his chest, and for a moment, they weren't exes playing at civility. They were Ben and Jun, the Hollywood power couple who'd weathered tabloids, red carpets, and his own demons. The paintball park faded, the shouts of kids, the splatter of neon paint replaced by a silence thick with memory. Samuel's laughter broke the spell, yanking them back. "Dad, you're terrible at this," he yelled, oblivious, splattered in green. Jun stepped away, a half-smile tugging at her lips, but her eyes lingered on Ben's. He dropped his hand, shoving it into his pocket, the ache of loss blooming fresh. The divorce was final, but this her welcoming his touch felt like a crack in the wall they'd built. Was it nostalgia, a tease of what could have been? Or something more? As they trudged back to the car, paint-streaked and quiet, Ben stole a glance at her. Jun caught it, and her smile faltered just enough to tell him she felt it too. The day ended with Samuel chattering between them, but the air held a question neither dared ask. Could they rewrite their ending, or was this just another scene in their long, messy script?